Hey y'all, welcome to Reflecting Divinity. My name is Jamie. I'm an intuitive reader, and today I'm offering a pick a card tarot and oracle reading that is Halloween themed. So I have a few different decks, Halloween decks that we'll look at here. But Spirit is wanting to get across that this reading goes beyond Halloween, and we should look at Halloween or Samhain as a portal or a threshold that we are crossing, that we are moving through to bigger and better things. And this portal has us pause and realize what is being offered to us, as well as what may be holding us back, what maybe needs to have some light shed upon it. So we'll be looking into messages about renewal and cleansing and purifying, establishing or building up something, and claiming what is yours. And on the other hand, we'll be looking at how this time, Halloween or Samhain, however you celebrate or practice, how it is making what is holding you back known to you, so that you can either transmute it, you can change that energy into something that you can utilize moving forward, or maybe you're integrating that aspect, that shadow aspect of yourself. You're giving it some space so that it won't keep coming up and kind of standing in your way, if it just needs space and some light on it. So here we have pile 1 with a piece of raw emerald. And then here is pile 2 with Picasso jasper or Picasso stone. And then here is pile 3 with a piece of smoky quartz. Now take a moment. You can pause the video and see what intuitively stands out to you. It could be something that you see, something you hear. You may feel it in your body. You may just know which pile is speaking to you, and it's okay if you're drawn to more than one. And just as a disclaimer, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And just know that this isn't really about predicting the future. It's more about feeling out what energies are presently playing out, so that you can be aware of them and you'll know what is relevant to you in your life right now. And you can always change what's happening in your life currently and how it looks like it may be playing out. So again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The timestamps are below in the description, and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. Let's get into your reading. So I did pull through some messages beforehand. I always go into meditation and I just see what comes up, channel feelings or imagery, things like that for each pile. So the first thing that came up was a feeling of maybe addiction or the devil card energy. And it felt like maybe it was around money matters, or material items, material stuff. And really it felt more so like an addiction to a fear of money or a fear around money that you are addicted to. So it's more so that the fear is the addictive part. And when I say addictive, it's kind of like what's living rent-free in your head and just keeps kind of over and over having a type of control over you. This fear could be about having some sort of lack of money, or it just could be the fear of finances or the burden that you feel like having money would bring to you. So in a way, it's a bit of maybe like the fear of not failure, but the fear of success. And so Spirit is showing me that they're bringing in gentle light to these beliefs that you have, these fears, that they're showing me that they look like walls that you've built up around you, and Spirit is disintegrating them and dismantling them so that they will no longer control you or block you. Feeling more into the energy around this, it felt like the Four of Pentacles energy. So there needs to be a balance between, say, saving money but not being too frugal, and then not overspending your money for fear that you're going to lose it and not be able to have the things that you want, or not having enough, right? So there's two things going on here that may differ for each individual. So what's coming in for you is a new mindset around abundance. So this could even go beyond money and finances and things like that. So it's really about the bigger picture. Again, that idea of failure versus success. You can be scared of both. Spirit is saying that you are clever and bound for great things. And abundance and this sense of harvest is coming for you, for those who feel like they're lacking. And this was coming in along with this feeling of security and contentment coming in as well, safety. And even for those who feel like they have a lot of abundance in your life, there's a sense of safety and security and peace coming in to lessen any weight, any burden, any kind of negative expectations or perceptions of this abundance and what it means to your life, how it is affecting you. It's kind of lessening that burden. Spirit again was showing me that, like the Tower card, collapsing these old beliefs with limits of what you could accomplish or achieve. Those are collapsing. There's a new foundation for new perspectives and new choices. It feels like the energy's opening up. Spirit is saying that there's an excitement for life again that is just so refreshing. So this is what's coming to you. It just feels like for some of you, you may be really burdened with what feels like maybe redundancy or the mundane. The burden of that, if take it if it resonates. But there's new energy coming in, and this feels very very positive. It finally feels like you're stepping into a new version of you. And Spirit again was bringing in this light. And so they gave me a couple of things that you, if you're open to, you could try. And sort of like a ritual, or it could be very casual. Really what you're open to. The first was sitting in quiet meditation. If you're open to meditating, but you don't have to, you can just sit and visualize or imagine or feel yourself filling up with light. And just doing this for however long feels good to you. And filling yourself up with this warm, resonating light. And sit with that. And you'll feel a shift in your energy. The other thing they showed me was maybe working with candles. And in particular, I saw 3 candles. One for body, one for mind, and one for soul or spirit. And it felt like you would light the candles and you would sit with them and you would watch them burn down, and you would set the intention for balance coming in for those 3 aspects of who you are. And then the final candle, it was much bigger, like more of a pillar candle versus tea light or chime candles for the other. It was pure white, and the lighting of it felt like that resolution of balance being brought in, like your united self, this new refreshing energy, and just lighting that in honor. And that felt like maybe you could do that for a while, like where every day you just spend a few minutes, you light the candle and you imagine these energies coming in for you of renewal and like a fresh new energy, this beautiful energy. So that's it as far as the channeled messages. We'll take a look at 2 oracle cards that I pulled for you. I have not seen them yet, so we'll just take a look, and then we'll pull some tarot and some more oracle cards. Okay. So we have Banshee. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. That's dark. Definitely Halloween themed here, huh? And then Cauldron. Bewitching, yes it be, blink and you shall see a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. So with Banshee, I am definitely feeling that kind of addiction to this mindset, this fear mindset, whatever it's around. It does feel like generally it's about abundance and what you can achieve and what you can really accomplish and bring into your life. And the Banshee scream is kind of like a wake-up call. Stop swallowing that nail, because it's only hurting you, really. This fear, the intention behind fear is to keep you safe, so we appreciate that. But for things like fear of success, that's holding you back. So do your best to acknowledge maybe where that fear is preventing you from going after what you want or being who you want to be and being successful at it. And then with cauldron, yeah, the bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. So what has been left behind out in the rain? What it's something that you have wanted that either had to be put on the back burner or was deemed as not possible, that you really wanted, that you really desired, that there was passion behind, there was fire behind, that probably because of this fear, it fell by the wayside. I think that's the phrase. So take some time. Really, with Halloween, it is such an opportunity to reflect and really dig in to whatever energies are coming up. So I am definitely seeing you taking that time to see what has been left behind for you. Okay, so I want to pull some tarot to get some more information. Just 3 cards. I already had one fall out. Just 3 cards for some more information about what's going on here, more context. This one flipped over. Another one fall out. Okay. Okay, so these cards are from Spirit Halloween, and I think they're a little silly, they're a little fun. So we'll look at the imagery as well as the traditional meaning of these cards. First off, with the 5 of Swords reversed, this is Angel. The energy that's coming across is like you may have tried and gone after something and it didn't go well. And this may resonate for some of you. And so this failure, it's like really weighing on you. It's weighing on your mind, and that has taken over. So rather than it being a fear of success necessarily, it's that fear of failure again. But what Spirit is saying is that really failure, if you can see it as a step toward success, then you can see that your failures are actually successes. This is something I've done for myself that has been helpful in changing that mindset, in that perspective of what I've been through. Because you have not lost everything. There is so much more for you, Pile 1. And Spirit wants you to look up to the sun. Let go of regrets. Let go of, I'm hearing what other people have told you is possible or impossible for you to achieve. And that may be where the fear of success comes in, because if you've always kind of formulated your life around what other people believe is possible, then you've kind of taken on their preconceived notions and their fears So if you were to go after something and really achieve something and be successful, if that feels scary, it feels like, well, I'm not like other people, you know? So let that go. Embrace the divinity in yourself. You are an angel here on this earth, and you're capable of so much more. With the sun reversed, the phoenix, this is still a very positive card, and this is exactly what Spirit is wanting for you, to step into this kind of rebirth energy. Like I'm seeing the tower in this card, the flames, where things kind of crumble and disintegrate. That's where the phoenix rises from the ashes, right? So burn down those fears. Wake up to where you have fallen asleep in life because of fear or what other people have told you is possible. With the Three of Swords, I feel like, yeah, you had some painful things happen, which was leading to that Five of Swords energy. I do want to say that I feel like Spirit's saying you didn't actually lose. Again, I've already said this, but your failure wasn't really a failure, but it hurt like one. And I do feel like this is also the influence of outside people kind of like abducting you and probing you, and it kind of like basically inserting ideas and things that don't originate from you and who you really are. So I also think aliens have us reflect on our humanity and what it means to be human, and at an individual level, what does it mean to be you? Who are you? What makes you you? And I just keep coming back to, what is that bubbling desire within? And I feel like this is definitely tied to what you have felt like you've been allowed to achieve, what you've been allowed to have in your life. Like it comes down to other people or situations, but ultimately it's you. You are capable of so much more and holding so much more, so much more abundance and joy and money, and you don't have to fear losing it, because really when you embrace the sun energy, like success is the inevitable. You won't lose that. There's always bumps in the road, but when you're in alignment with what you desire and you commit to that, and you let go of those past regrets and kind of that critical mindset of yourself, there's nothing you can't achieve, pile one. All right, so I was interested in looking up in the book Banshee and Cauldron. So I was drawn to a couple passages, and for Banshee, it says, in a reading, a banshee's cry also means death, but this death is not physical, it is a symbolic one. You are facing an ending. This will not be easy, and you will still mourn the loss. So, like I said, that banshee's scream is a wake-up call. It's to bring you back to life in a way, where before you were stuck in the loss. And so it's saying that's still going to be present, but you're going to see it in a new way. And with the phoenix, again, You are taking the crumbling of this mindset that you've been in that's been holding you back, and you are building something new up. For Cauldron, the passage I was drawn to is, the cauldron is a symbol of bringing many things together to create the things you want. Sometimes things have to be broken down before something new can be created. It may even take several attempts before you have the perfect outcome. Do not be afraid to fail or try your spells a few different times or in different ways. As you grow in your practice, you will begin to see what works and what doesn't. You will understand the signs of your bubbling pot and can make adjustments when needed. So this is all about you going after your desire and not being afraid of failing and seeing those failures as just information that's still on your path to success. And so just reinforcing that you are ready to let go of any regrets, any sense of failure. You are ready to become this phoenix rising from the ashes. Like the messages in the beginning about filling yourself with light, I'm seeing that in the sun card here with the phoenix, and you stepping into this new version of yourself that's no longer held back by the pain that I feel was inflicted upon you by other people. The outside projections basically that were forced onto you by other people. I'm going to pull from the deck Dark Mirror to get one card about, more specifically, the shadow side, what needs to be looked at as far as the shadow. I'm laughing because Spirit always surprises me still. Spirit surprises me, and addicted because for so long you've had all these projections of other people holding you back, and it's been addictive because it felt like this was the only way you could be safe and kind of fit into other people's expectations. But again, I'm saying it, Spirit is saying you need to let that go. You need to step into your divinity, because I feel you are this angelic energy. And let go of all that's holding you back. Step into that powerful phoenix energy anew and just embrace it. Embrace it, pile one. Any other messages are coming through? Yeah, you have this ability to create what you want with the Cauldron card. I just had 2 Moonology cards fall out. So I'm going to pull them here. This is beautiful. Okay, so you got a surrender to the divine full moon. Okay, so surrender what isn't serving you, what is holding you back, right? Surrender it, let go, and Spirit will take care of it. And then here, A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries, which I think is coming up. I'm not really sure. I'm not great at following some of that. But the fiery climax, this is what is embodied in the Phoenix here, is that it's time for you to step into that and claim what's yours. Feels like you're gonna finally reach something that's really been yourself holding you back from receiving this or being this. Really, it's a matter of stepping into this energy, and it's here already for you. I'm going to be working on pulling some more cards. I'm going to see what messages, if Spirit has any messages for you. Pile 1. Yeah, it's like embracing your own fire within, your own light with the Phoenix, as well as the cauldron, the bubbling cauldron. It's like reclaiming that source of energy, that power source again. So I had caregiver fall out, and it says, "We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life." Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So, like I was feeling before, that you are this angel energy, and that there has been some outside influence on you that's resulted in you not going after your own desires, is because it was coming from a place of love out of on your part. It was coming out of a place of love on your part for these people in your life, which is beautiful, and it's lovely, because I feel you are this light for other people, but Spirit is supporting you and is with you now to get you to start focusing on yourself and your aspirations, your well-being, to really put that energy back to yourself. And I do feel like I'm feeling some ancestor energy. If you're open to that, your ancestors on the other side, they are coming in and wanting to help you move into this new energy. So if you feel so called to, talk to them. If you like the idea of praying, pray to them. Invite them in around Halloween to support you in this transition. Because I feel like maybe this has been an ancestral pattern. And so they want this healing too. Maybe they have followed in the footsteps of the people before them and didn't really pave their way that they wanted to. And so by you doing this and them helping you, it's going to be healing for them on the other side. And I feel like it will also heal the people in your life, the family, whoever it is that's had this kind of influence on you. It will heal them as well. I'm going to pull an angel card. So I did feel some big energy coming in and angelic support. So I wanted to see what would come through. Yep. Oh. Okay. I had one flip out and fall. And this is Jophiel, forgiveness. Yes, absolutely. This is forgiving not just the people in your life that have maybe had this influence on you, this impact, that they kind of instilled that fear in you to follow your desires and believe in yourself and everything that you can accomplish. It's also about forgiving yourself. I'm going to read from the book, Jophiel, the Holy Liberator. When you draw this card, Jophiel asks you to release the negative feelings of the past, to let go of the substance of the pain that stops you from living a life of unlimited joy and love. Forgiveness doesn't mean you accept inappropriate behavior towards yourself. It means that you no longer are prepared to carry the pain of reaction within you. When we hold unforgiveness in our hearts, we may be stabbed by bitterness. Let Jophiel take this burden from you. Which, beautiful. That's exactly the energy that was coming forward, is like this has been a burden on you and it's just been weighing you down and holding you back. But there's so much more joy coming in for you, pile one. So much more. They're saying, like, step into your power, go after what you want, what you desire. Let that become important again to you. Be bold with that full moon in Aries. Be bold. You know, grab it by the horns. I think that's the saying. Grab the bull by the horns. One last message. Halloween message. Eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. And I'm going to read from the book. Eternal love. When the body leaves us and our souls are above, our possessions no longer, nothing remains but the intertwining of love. All of us are the product of millennia of love. Our parents' parents' parents, our ancestors by blood and ritual, all have in some way created the DNA that weaves throughout our bodies. Love, in fact, powers life and death. When most of us first encounter death in our lives, we experience grieving too. And in some ways, that feeling could be described as an absence of love and the absence of that person or being. But the kind of love that is often shared between family members, friends, and lovers, separated only by the physical death, is a kind that poets wax lyrical about, that is truly eternal and transcends death. Should you choose this card, you are being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers, it leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand and to be ready to open up to this new experience. So for some of you, that very specifically could be for you, that there's a new love ready for you and waiting for you once you step into this new energy. But I'm also getting, again, that ancestral feeling again, that when you step in to your own power and go after your desires and you let go of that fear that was put onto you, I'm feeling by family around you, that prevented you from believing in yourself, accepting that abundance, going after what you want, where your passions lie. When you have the love for yourself to rise from those ashes and embrace your light, your love for yourself, that will be healing beyond the present. It will travel back in time and heal. It will move forward in time and heal through the DNA, through those family connections, through the ancestral connections. Your ancestors are supporting you in taking these steps. Again, I'm just being drawn to this light here. This feels very solar plexus, stepping into who you are confidently, pulling in that abundance. Again, this shining light here, the heart. Start filling yourself up with light and you will expand and be able to hold so much more. It will attract that abundance. I just keep seeing that phoenix and the wings expanding. Such a beautiful reading. Again, we have some of that, the death card energy. So this is a major change for you. It will feel like major change, but the result is great. And you've got 2 full moons. So there's just this kind of finale in a way, this finale, and this is what you've been asking for. It's what you've been wanting, and it's time. It's time, pile 1. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. If you liked this reading, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more readings from me, then consider subscribing. And until next time, bye, pile 1. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So before we get into your oracle cards and some tarot, I'll go ahead and give you the messages that I pulled through earlier in meditation. So I did feel that what's coming to you right now is a very fertile time in your life. I feel like this could be a variety of things, from new creative projects, ideas, endeavors, or literal pregnancy. But this could also be figurative, because of course not everybody is going to be experiencing pregnancy. But for some of you that may resonate. There could be a birthing of something new, something maybe that has actually been brewing or growing for a while. There's its birth basically into the world. I do feel here that Spirit is offering you a clean slate, and I had imagery of glistening countertops, a sparkling clean home or space. And so what was coming across was a need to clear out any residual energies, whether that's physically cleaning or setting an intention through meditation to be ready with a pristine environment, that's in quotation marks, for this baby, again in quotation marks, because it may not be a literal baby. Basically, there's this old stuff, this maybe a bit of a mess that's just kind of blocking the flow a bit. I did feel like it could possibly be some old painful stuff, maybe relationships from the past, or experiences from the past, memories from the past that just need to be cleared out. I did feel a need for some self-reflection and kind of a questioning of what makes you you. And I also got this for pile 1. So there is this call for some self-reflection. I did see an image at the full moon and you surrendering to the divine feminine energy of the moon and just getting into the flow of things. It's about getting into alignment with what you've always wanted. I did see for some of you a red rose, and this signified a new relationship or reaching a new level of a relationship in love. And I saw a letter with a lipstick print, a kiss, and then that letter being sent into the ether. So that may resonate for some of you, a new love, a new passion. Any doubt about your ability to nurture, to parent, to love unconditionally, to commit, to grow, to help others grow, or to allow ideas to blossom, any of these doubts can be released now, and Spirit is calling you to do that. They did bring through something you can do to help your energy through the next couple of weeks, lighting a candle for self-love and having a bath with intention to clear and release what no longer serves you. I did feel like you could do something like a salt bath, or you can make it as elaborate or as simple as you want. You know, you could add herbs and things if you're so called to do that, or it could just be with intention to cleanse yourself energetically while you're cleansing yourself physically. And Spirit was saying you are so capable and you are ready for this new role that you're stepping into. So for whatever resonates with you, you're ready for it. Okay, pile 2. So let's get into your cards. Okay, so you have Greet the Darkness. Here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breathes the hidden, the pieces that make you whole, but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. And then you got the first card, All Hallows Eve. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. So with the Greet the Darkness coming out, the first thing I'm feeling is that self-reflection, that shadow integration, figuring out what makes you you, and then some of those doubts about yourself and whether you're ready for this new role because you've seen that things are brewing and growing, and it's leading somewhere in this culmination, and you're a little unsure about it. And so Spirit wants you to take a look at that, to really dig in and see what parts of yourself are bringing up those feelings for you, because they maybe need some light shed on them. So bring some light and love to them, and hold space for those parts of yourself. Usually our fear is trying to protect us, right? It's doing its best. But ultimately, we don't want to be held back by our fear where it doesn't need to be. So with that card, it's saying that there may be parts of you that haven't quite come up to the surface, that are, with their sharp edges, they're cutting you. And so if you go in there and shine that light and figure out where they are, you can release them. And with All Hallows Eve, this could be a really powerful time for you to actually take this kind of self-reflection as a ritual on Halloween. You can sit and with your intuition sense what's coming up for you. I also feel, though, that it's time for you to embrace your power here with that unforgiven howl. As you stomp your might through the ground, it's kind of claiming power over the fears coming up, the doubts coming up, the maybe inner critic coming up and making you doubt yourself. So it's time to reclaim your power here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some tarot and see what comes up here, just for more context. The first card here with the Seven of Cups with Nessie, I'm getting two things. So with the Loch Ness Monster with Nessie, the myth is that this monster, this creature, may be living in the Loch Ness, and it's hidden. It's hidden. We can't quite put our finger on it, right? If it's there. And so I'm relating that to the Greet the Darkness, that there's something in the depths, in the darkness of our waters, and it's time that those are revealed. And with the Seven of Cups, traditionally it's dreams, it's sometimes illusions, and it can be opportunities, having to make a choice and having all these kind of options in front of us. And I feel like it's all kind of relevant to where you are, because you're looking at all these parts of yourself and kind of figuring out what's been illusion, what's been just fear, and then what's truly a part of you. I also see it as all these things kind of coming to fruition. So there's a lot going on in your energy, and I feel like this is reiterated with the Eight of Wands with Hydra. there's a lot of movement and energy here. And so I feel like I have to say, like, don't get overwhelmed looking at the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands, that there is a need to withdraw a bit energetically and give yourself some space. And the Six of Pentacles reversed, traditionally it's a wealthy individual giving money to the poor, to beggars. And in this card, we have Arachne, and she is sitting in her own web here. And so the vibe I'm getting is that you need to take that time for yourself and kind of sit in your own energetic space and not worry so much about everything that's coming up for you. You don't need to worry about it, is what I'm getting. That it will unfold on its own the way it should. Let me see if I can get a little bit more information to clarify. Get one more card. Pile 2. To clarify this energy. Yeah, so one message that's coming through is that with the Eight of Wands and the Hydra and all the kind of heads, it's kind of all the voices that are coming in, all the other energies that aren't really your own. They may stem from you, but they're not your own, and they're kind of influencing your energy, your state of mind. And Spirit saying that in clearing out some of that energy, you'll be able to kind of truly see where you're at, and you need that right now. So I did pull a clarifier card. And so Ace of Pentacles, Mandragora. So this is just reinforcing that birth of something new in your life. Whether it's in, a creative idea or endeavor or project or business opportunity, or if it's a baby, it's going to be successful. It will grow the way it needs to. And you just need some time to relax and kind of put that energy that's been elsewhere back on yourself, because I feel like you've been feeling drained, basically, with everything going on. So maybe take this time for yourself to spend with your own energy here. Pile 2. I want to get one card from the Dark Mirror deck just to clarify the shadow side, if there's something in particular that needs to be looked at. Forgetting oneself. Exactly. So with all this energy and everything that's been going on, and you've been working hard on these new creative endeavors, or in getting ready for a baby, or trying to get pregnant, or starting new opportunities, things like that. It's been stressful, and it's been pulling your energy in different directions. And so Spirit is saying, like, don't forget the real reason you are here and that you're doing this and you're going after what you want. Don't forget that. And so by going in and spending time looking at these pieces of yourself, it's going to bring yourself back together and remind you of what's been behind this the whole time, which is you being in alignment with spirit. I can't help but notice the kind of similar expression with Nessie here, kind of looking down into the water. And then this man looking down. And in both there's light that they're not necessarily paying attention to. They're looking elsewhere. And so Spirit's just drawing you back to your own inner light and removing the other energies that have been directing your attention away from your own light, from your self-care practice, from your self-love. Because yes, you've been working on great things and bringing new things into this world, which is very much needed because it's coming from a place of love and alignment. But of course, it's been stressful and it's been a lot. So Spirit's reminding you to not forget yourself. Don't forget yourself. And again, with All Hallows Eve, it might help for you to spend some time with Gaia as well, because I'm saying that stomp your might through the ground. Get a bit more grounded and you'll feel a lot better, because all that energy that's been kind of swirling around you, and that can be released to Gaia. So I want to pull some Moonology cards for pile 2. First one fell out. Don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Yeah, so some of you have been working really hard and it's like you don't want to give up all that hard work, and you feel like if you step back and say, like, I need some space, I need some time for myself, that you will feel like you are weak, or that you're not up to the pressure. But Spirit's saying don't feel that way. You need time to yourself. And yeah, this card was sticking in my hand. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Wow, 2 full moons. Pile 1 had 2 full moons as well. So release that negativity. Maybe some of this energy that's swirling around, it's been building up some maybe not so great energy that's draining you, and it's time to release it. And don't feel bad, because this happens to everybody. Like, don't let your pride come in here and say, oh, you're not strong enough, or you've done something wrong. No, like, everybody needs time for themselves, time to kind of recuperate and realign and get grounded again. And that way you can better focus on that Ace of Pentacles. You'll be able to better focus. So I want to pull through one spirit message. This card is sticking. Oh my gosh. Okay, so pile 1 also got this card. Caregiver, we are with you. And Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So yeah, Spirit is calling out to you to take time for yourself. All that energy that you've been, focusing on other situations or people, it's not a loss, it's not a waste if you put some of that back to yourself, okay? They're not going to suffer from it. And you need this. You need this time for yourself. Your projects and ideas or things like that, they're not going to suffer because you direct some of that energy to yourself. Now I'm pulling to see if we have some angel energy coming in for you, pile 2. And I had one flip over. And this is Jophiel, liberation. Yes, so redirecting this care will be liberating for you. I am going to pull the book out here and dive into this a bit more. Liberation. We all seek spiritual liberation. When we achieve it, our soul soars like an eagle with the intoxication of divine love. This card suggests this may be a moment when you seek Jophiel's supernal help, and it invites you to meditate on the beautiful yellow ray of this powerful archangel's force. The vibration of this bright supernal frequency will always allow you to feel detached. Jophiel will lift the challenge from you and lead you into discernment. Consequently, liberation will enrapture you, springing you from whatever confine you feel your spirit is caught in. That's interesting because with the arachne, it can maybe feel like you're caught in a web that's not your own. And so this will be liberating for you to put this energy back on yourself. It's focusing on that beautiful yellow ray. Focus on your own solar plexus as well. Like that's your identity and how you show up in the world. It's very much Leo energy as well. And with Jophiel coming in here and lifting challenges from you, just call on Jophiel if you're open to that to come and release some of the pressure and the stress of you giving your all to this, again, project, idea, and it's been difficult. There's some part of it, even though it's this beautiful endeavor, there's some part of it, again, that everything can get stressful or be a bit of a burden. And so Jophiel will release you from feeling kind of caught up in that and kind of set you free, basically, liberate you to fly high again. I just want to pull one last message. One last Halloween message, and this one's stuck in my hand. Barmbrack, sweetness, and synergy. And I'm going to read from the book. A pea, a cloth, a coin, a ring, and stick within a loaf of speckled sweetness. Slice it and eat it. A glimpse of my fate's completeness. Not quite a cake and not quite a bread, Barmbrack is a sweet loaf, larger than a typical bread loaf, baked with flour, sugar, salt, and dried fruits such as raisins. The making of barmbrack is an Irish tradition that still stands around Samhain, Halloween. The person baking the loaf would be sure to set the intention for love, truth, and synergy whilst preparing. Inside the dough, a number of special objects are hidden and baked into the loaf. The objects are used as a kind of random oracle. Each one has a particular meaning, which represents the fate of the person who found it in their slice. The traditional objects include a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, and a small piece of cloth like muslin. Some other additions, made in more modern times, were religious medals. Should your slice of the brack contain a coin, this would indicate prosperity and good luck. The pea unfortunately meant that no marriage would occur for you that year, yet finding the ring meant a marriage was certain. The stick, to be avoided at all costs, indicated disputes and unhappiness, and finding the cloth meant bad luck and little money ahead. When you pull the Barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually. Should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. That's beautiful. And I feel like if you got a slice of this bread, you would be getting the coin with that Ace of Pentacles. But beside that, this is about not worrying about the future, and you've been focusing so much on whatever this is and the outcome of it. The reminder here is to let go of that worry. It's gonna turn out just fine. It really feels like you're supported in this, and you're liberated of that burden of worrying about it. You can release it and take time for yourself. Be in the present by taking time for yourself and giving yourself that space, that self-care, that's being more present rather than worrying about the future outcomes. Because again, with that message, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. And we need to balance what's ahead and our concerns about what's ahead with the here and now. So a very powerful message, pile 2. You have come so far. You're not going to lose track of everything you've done. Go ahead and give yourself some time and space and healing energy, because everything's coming together in synergy. Everything's working together for you. You're not alone. Remember, Spirit's here with you, and things are coming to fruition. So take some time, clear some things out, let go of some fears and doubts, and you will be free to fully embrace what you've been putting your energy into. Okay, pile 2, thank you so much. I'm wishing you all the best. If you liked this reading, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my readings in general and you want to see more from me, then hit the subscribe button. And until next time, bye, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Before we get into the tarot and oracle cards, I'll give you the messages that came through when I went into meditation before this. So the first thing I heard when tapping in was order in the court. And I got the impression of the Justice card and that justice was coming your way. I did get the feeling that life has felt unfair or unbalanced for you, or karmically things have not been going your way, but that they will be righted. I did feel that a bit of like Seven of Swords energy, like someone had cheated or lied to you, pile 3, and I did feel some anger on your part about this situation. But Spirit did show me a 4-leaf clover, and I did get the impression that that was about luck coming in your way. There could be some corruption around you. This is where I get that 7 of Swords energy, and Spirit saying try to steer clear and release these either people or structures or situations wherever you can, realistically or practically, safely, of course. And you'll know when the time has come to move on from these situations or people. And it's coming to you sooner rather than later. So Spirit's reminding you to stay strong. I see you putting on your boots, and it just feels like you're really committed to standing your ground, not backing down. And you're also committed to hard work because you know that it's worth it in the long run. And the greater, beautiful outcome of you putting in this work. And Spirit's saying, have faith, don't give up hope. You are worthy and you are willful. So hold tight to your convictions. And Spirit's reminding you that as long as you are in alignment with love and of harming none, the universe will always return to you all that you have given to others. I do feel like you are receiving angelic guidance, and specifically I saw the crown chakra, the top of your head. So you may get knowings or things that kind of pop into your head unexpectedly. You may feel tingling or pressure or something at the top of your head. And just know that those things that are happening that you're noticing, if this resonates with you, that the angels are communicating to you and they are around you and protecting you now. Spirit also, as the kind of message for what to do, maybe as a ritual or something that will help you move from what's holding you back and into this like renewed sense of self. Spirit was very clear in saying you need to sleep and your physical body needs rest. Your mind also needs rest. So, and Spirit was saying maybe find things like games or puzzles to remove yourself from kind of the draining thoughts about the situation or whatever it is. And even just for a few minutes will be beneficial. You could try meditation if you're open to it. I also saw knitting, so maybe for some people that resonates, knitting or crocheting, doing something with your hands that's, you can kind of get into a rhythm and really just kind of lose yourself in it. Anything that's like a hobby that's truly for fun and it's relaxing to you, Spirit's saying you just need that time in that energy. And the final message here was breathe. This will pass. So you've been going through a lot, pile 3, and Spirit is supporting you, but you need some time to kind of decompress. So let's see what the oracle cards here have for you. Silence. 36. There is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. Seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. That's 35. Interesting, you got them back to back. I've shuffled this deck quite a few times, so that may be significant. But with silence coming up, that is absolutely what Spirit was kind of trying to get across with taking a break, taking a rest, getting enough sleep, doing things that allow your mind and your body to relax and just release some of that tension that it's been holding on to. So embrace the nothingness, just let go, be still, and come back to yourself, get out of your head. I know it's emotionally painful, it's hard, but you need to give yourself some of that peace where you can. And with seduction, kind of my first impression was that it can be really seductive to be in the negative energy. It can kind of lure you in. And so with it saying that it has an alluring grip, especially if you're angry and you're having some like revenge, right? You kind of want revenge, or you want to make things right, and it feels good to think about those things. It's very seductive to get into that type of thinking. It's very alluring. But it is saying here, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. And I feel like that could end up harming yourself. I'm not going to say it will, but just remember the message with Spirit was saying, as long as you're in alignment and from a place of love, that will come back to you. That will come back to you. So just consider that message. I'll see if anything else comes up as I'm shuffling tarot. I just want to pull a few cards for some more context, some more information. Pile 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is interesting because you have two of the same cards as pile 1, and I had separated these cards and have shuffled several times since, and so it's just interesting to see them come out this way. With the Three of Swords reversed, alien, so traditionally the Three of Swords would be a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, trauma, and these painful thoughts are just overwhelming you. I do feel like you understand the need to release and to heal, to go in, to set yourself free from this pain where you can. Maybe this is a past situation, because I'm kind of seeing that maybe something played out and it didn't feel like it was fair. And so this is a past situation where you felt really harmed by someone else or a situation where you feel like you were taken advantage of. I'm seeing that with alien. you were taken advantage of in some way. But Spirit is wanting you to see that you are the sun. You are the phoenix. You have risen from the ashes. You already are this. You are this powerful. That's where you don't back down. You don't give up, because to some extent you have embraced that the past could become a part of your power. Whether the past was positive or negative, you saw it as an opportunity to kind of turn it into a positive, the silver lining or the golden lining in this card. So Spirit's reminding you of your power. And with the Ace of Swords, I can't pronounce that, Quetzalcoatl. I might be pronouncing that wrong. With it reversed here, you may be going through a time right now where some of this pain is coming up. I feel like it's kind of seducing you again. It's coming up in your mind. Maybe it is present for you now. Maybe for some this is a past thing that's coming up. But you're tempted to put down the sword. You're tempted to feel like maybe this is it for you, like somehow there's nothing more for you. And this thought, Spirit wants you to release that and pick up the sword again. Pick up that sword again. I do want to see, I kind of want to draw one more card just to give like a final kind of clarifying card with that Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah, so whether this is happening to you now or it's from the past, either way, it's still in your present. And for you to shine your brightest, it's important for you to do some of that healing work with the star. With the star, I'm also getting the sense of you finally seeing what happened to you as kind of a soul learning experience and kind of coming to terms with it in a way. And in that energy, you allow for things to kind of karmically be righted. That's how I'm feeling it. And that you get your gift. Like you gave up your teeth, you're going to get something in return. It's kind of a gory thing, losing teeth. And then the idea that a fairy comes along and takes that and exchanges it, right, for coins. But that is coming your way. Now, I want to pull one card from this deck, Dark Mirror, just to see if there's a shadow side that needs to be looked at that we haven't gotten to. Let's see. This card's really sticking. Artificial heart. This pain, this trauma, this bad experience, this injustice that you were the victim of really did get to you, and there's a part, at least, of your heart that you've closed off, maybe to relationship, maybe to all of yourself. I'm kind of drawn back to the fully embodied. So maybe there's parts of yourself that are kind of closed off And there's a sense of putting a block in your heart to protect yourself ultimately from experiencing more pain and suffering. And so Spirit's calling you to take a look at that, where you've put those blocks, where you've closed off your heart, because to fully receive, you will need to open your heart up, at least to Spirit. So some of you may have kind of lost your faith, and that's where our Spirit's saying, please, have faith. We're still with you. I'm going to start pulling some Moonology cards, and I'll see if anything else comes out. Yeah, this woman on the artificial heart, she feels tough, but inside there's still a lot of hurt. And for that hurt to be released and processed out, the heart needs to be open. So just consider that, pile 3. And don't give in to the thoughts that tell you you deserved it somehow, because you didn't. It wasn't right. What happened to you does not feel right. So we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Yep. Yeah, so with look at the bigger picture, Spirit's just calling you to consider that what you've been through has, again, kind of led you to rise from the ashes and become this powerful person that you are. And I started to put this down, upside down, and I see this nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. And I feel like that's also a message for you, that what happened to you has not defined you. Like, it may be an aspect of you, but you're more than just that aspect. You are fully embodied. Look at that bigger picture of yourself, how far you've come. Don't forget that. And with Halloween, with Samhain, expect powerful change, because there's something coming in, whether that's like a new kind of perception of yourself and the situation that sets things right, at least internally, emotionally within you, or that there's also this change in the outer manifestation in your world where things start to get set right. Because again, I'm seeing that tooth fairy. So be open to it, but open your heart to it. I'm going to see if there's another spirit message. Yeah, okay. So the card memories flipped over. Your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So I do feel like your spirit guides, your ancestors, are coming in to support you now, and both pile 1 and pile 2 had similar messages, with Halloween being a time to kind of honor those passed on and make sense. This is again, I think, reinforcing that for a lot of you, this was having to do with a past event, and memories are coming up about it. Those thoughts are kind of seducing you once again. So maybe there was some processing that wasn't done in the past, and maybe it just wasn't time for it yet, but you have grown and you can now kind of go in and do some deeper healing, and you can call on spirit to help you embody that love and open your heart. I'm going to go ahead and pull an angel energy for you. And with remember the happier moments, it's as important. I mean, when we're going back and remembering things about our lives, it's as important to remember the good moments too. And allow those space. Whoa, okay. This card just flew out. That's Hanael, and that's hope. Beautiful, yes. You need to have hope. You need to have faith that things are working out for you, that you are being healed. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book. Hanael, the Sacred Warrior. Hope. When we feel deeply and are affected by the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to, we may despair until the dove of peace enters our lives and once more lifts us to hope. If this is a moment of such challenge, reach out and the angels will carry you to this virtue by allowing you to observe a beautiful scene in nature, another soul filled with joy or success, or a child whose innocence lifts your spirits. Within this form, you will see a manifestation of the oracle like a dove, allowing your spirit to fly in peace. Yeah, Spirit's coming in and saying, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope, pile 3. There's so much good coming in for you. I feel this with all the piles, and I feel like with you, it feels like a part of you thinks that you're damaged, and Spirit's saying you're not. Have hope. Have faith. I'm going to pull one last message. They want to stick together. Oh my gosh. Dawn, the light after the darkness. Yes. The light after the darkness, the hope. This is what's coming in for you. This is the offer. When you can open your heart and let go of the thoughts that you're damaged or unworthy, beautiful things can come in. I'm going to read from the book here. After the darkest times, the sun will always rise. The dawn will always come. This can be no surprise. Again, you got the sun here. Whilst midnight is often thought of as a magical hour, throughout time dawn has also had its share of the mystical. All manner of magical beings had to return to their true forms by dawn, werewolves, for example. And vampires could only be active whilst the rays of the sun did not pierce the sky. Dawn and deities of dawn heralded both hope and new life. Goddesses such as Istra and gods like Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life and the dawn's light to the world. The journey from the darkest night of the soul to a bright and hopeful dawn is one of the deepest and most powerful heroes' paths repeated over and over in mythology. Should you receive the Dawn card, you are being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. So pile 3, do not give up hope. There is light coming in. Just have faith. I do feel like there's a gift coming for you. Things are being righted. So just open your heart. Give yourself some time and space to relax and give yourself some self-care. And know that change is on the way for you. And with that being said, I wish you all the best, pile 3. If you liked this reading, then give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more readings from me, then please subscribe. And until next time, pile 3, bye.